All right, it's your boy CJ Goodfellow, Mercy Sports Talk. Official day 2 review for Bob Quinn, man. And I think he did an excellent job, man. And like I said, I'm firm, but I'm fair, but I'm objective, dude. Even though I don't like the things that Bob Quinn did, but in the past, this may be his best draft so far. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos, break down day 2, and then I'll do a live stream and everything over with. We'll break down the draft. It's hard to kind of assess a draft on wax until like 2 or 3 years down the line, but we'll see how it goes. Another video, I kind of give my opinion on, where they could go in day 2 or where they need to go, in my opinion. But I think he shocked a lot of people, especially Mike Valenti, and took DeAndre Swift. Usually that was a situation where they would have took a D lineman there, and it seemed like Bob Quinn has learned from his mistakes, taking A'Shawn Robinson and not taking a guy like Michael Thomas or Derrick Henry right there. I forget which one they were sandwiched in between A'Shawn Robinson. So he took the skillful player with the upside, and he had an A grade on him. He had a 91 grade on him from ESPN, and the talent outweighed the need there, and his team need talent, and they upgraded talent instantly with DeAndre Swift. They upgraded speed, talent. So the Philly Flyer here, man, and happy to have him. His dad kind of took over with kind of how he trains and how he lifts and how strong he is. So ain't nobody going to be running up on his dad in the stands in Detroit for sure, no matter how bad his son play. But I think Swift brings speed, a change of pace back, a guy that can do it all. He's been pretty durable, who played behind Sony Michel, Nick Chubbs, waited his turn. So he's patient. He come from a pro-style offense. So he can run behind center. While the quarterback under the center. He can catch the ball. He can do a lot of different things out the backfield. So we'll see, man. But I love that pick. Very, very different pick from Bob Quinn. He broke the mold into how he doing. Me personally, I thought they was going to take a defensive tackle out of Texas A&M who went in the 3rd round, which I was shocked. I don't know why he dropped. Could have been some medical issues. Could have been some personal issues off the field. But the Swift pick was my favorite pick of the draft. Then in the 3rd round, he went with Julian Okoro, Romeo Okoro's brother. Yes, Okoro, who plays for the Lions. I think that was a really, really solid pick right there. A guy on the issue with that pick is the dude had a broken fibula bone. And last year, they took a couple injured players last year. And I just don't like taking injured players. But he was explosive. And due to that, missing 8 games with that, fractured fibula, he probably would have been a higher up the board. And he got that lean body, kind of built like Chandler Jones a little bit when they had in New England. Long, lean guy that can get after the quarterback, that can drop in coverage and do what you need, the versatility that the Lions look for. So I think that was a good pick. Brian Kelly, he good program, good system. They kind of run like a pro-style defensive system anyway. So, he should be able to fit in there, and he brings some electricity, some speed off the edge. Just got to get a little bit stronger in his frame, and that'll happen. Long arms, long limbs like his brother. So, I think without the injury, he probably would have been higher. So I think that was a really, really good pick on what he can do off the edge. So they got some pass rush help. They got it back day 2, and then they moved up, and they got Jonah Jackson, the run blocking guard, which they need one of those big, strong, physical guards on the inside. He has a little bit of trouble pass blocking, but you can clean up the hand-to-hand combat, hoping your coaches can clean that up. So, you need those big interior strong linemen that's good for run blocking and open up the hole. So if you can get some run blocking out of him and Ragnow, and they can somehow slide Big V on the inside and get them a right tackle, you should see the offensive line open up some holes for Swift, Kerryon, and Bo Scarborough as we go down in the draft. So, we'll see what Jonah Jackson can do. He came from a great pro-style, well, I won't say pro-style offense in Ohio, but it really is pro-style now because the pros run in the spread, like in colleges. So, it was a good pick. So they addressed, 3 needs that they need to address coming into the draft. And in day 2, they addressed the running back. They addressed the, outside pass rusher that can, be on the other side of Trey Flowers, kind of when they done with Jamie Collins or could spell him. And they addressed the interior lineman. So right now, kind of moving forward, day 2 was a huge success. I give Bob Quinn an A on in pencil until it all materialized on the field. Day 1, I think people was mad that he didn't trade down with and get Jeff Okudah, but the Okudah move made Detroit no better. If anything, it made us worse into the future because he won't come in and do what Darius Slay did with that defensive line in front of him. So, but I think it still was a solid. He's gonna be a great player, I believe. Don't get him twisted, but I think, if you're gonna go for the future, most people would have said go for the quarterback or move down and get some more picks and go for the future. But that's their train of thought. But I do like what they did day 2. I think Bob Quinn addressed a lot of needs. Depending on what priority you believe the needs are. My belief was the trenches. If you build a team, you build it from the trenches. But this year they went best talent available, and I can't knock that. If you believe a guy's the best and he there when you pick him, you get him. You in a situation where I don't think they're gonna win next year, regardless. But I do think they should have gave more attention to the offensive, defensive line and free agency, where this wouldn't have to happen. Where they should have got a guy like Jack Conklin to play tackle, then spent and got Big V to kick into the guard. I do think they should have found. They should have got interior linemen what's his name? I forget the dude's name. I think he was from Seattle. They should have got some interior linemen, better than Danny Shelton and stuff of that nature. So I just think they could have did some things different as far as, free agency. But you got to build those trenches up. You know what I'm saying? They got to. Because with, Matthew Stafford injury history and you need to run the ball, you got to get the trenches up. You got to get the pressures up, especially to make, Desmond Trufant, Coleman, Walker, if Harris going to be back there, no Okudah look good. You got to get the front 4 up, man. They comfortable with their linebacker core as far as their, Tavai, Collins, Ragland, Davis, and Christian Jones. They comfortable with them. A lot of people don't like them, but he the linebackers that, Matt Patricia like. A lot of people only like Teddy Bruschi and what's the kid name? Teddy Bruschi, Gerard Mayo, Mike Vrabel. A lot of people don't like those linebackers, but in their system it works. So Calvin Noy is another one. So if they can get those guys to work, won't nobody be talking about the linebackers. But the team is still far away, as far as, need more talent. But it's a great start. So we'll see where they attack at day 3. I have a video coming about, where they can attack day 3. So let me know what you guys think. I think it was a huge success day 2. And I think I'm looking forward to seeing what they do today. But next video, I'll tell you guys where it should go in the second round. And also got another video before the draft start. Hopefully I get it out there before it start about some guys who values dropping in the trade market. So hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal there. Best way to donate, share the video. Want to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links in the description. If you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, or you just want to chop it up, hit me up on social media. Like I said, links in the description. Check out our podcast. That link's in the description as well. I have a podcast special for after the draft in addition to a live stream. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.